So today's video will be focused on blinking animation. I'm gonna show you guys two different techniques on how to do the blinking animation on mobile. The first technique is a very simple one. It's the one I use on Ibis Paint and CapCut. And the second technique, a bit more advanced, will be on AlightMotion. So you can choose any technique depending on the software that you use. So let's get right into it. So the first technique is on CapCut and Ibis Paint. So we're gonna create a project right into Ibis Paint. Once you're on the main menu, you're gonna click on the layers menu. So you're gonna duplicate the layer and then you're gonna click on this little eye icon into the first layer and make sure you stay on the second layer. So now we're gonna pick up the eraser tool and then we're gonna start erasing everything under the eyelid, just like I'm doing. And once you're done, it should look something like this. So we're gonna do the exact same process for the other eye, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it looks a bit weird, but this is completely normal. So we're gonna go right back to the layers menu and then we're gonna click on the eye icon to make the first layer visible again. Next up, we're gonna pick up the liquify pen. Extremely important. We're gonna click on drag. So now we're gonna drag the eye down using the liquify pen. So you're gonna swipe down to close the eyes, and then once it looks pretty good, you can test out the strength to see how it looks. So it looks pretty good. I'm gonna do the exact same process for the other eye. So just swipe down with your fingers until you get a good result. So as you can see, I am testing out the strength and this is what it looks like. It looks pretty good. So next step, I'm gonna save the image every 10%. So what I did here is I put the strength to 100% and then I'm gonna save it as transparent PNG. Next up, I'm gonna put it to 90% and then I'm gonna save, and then 80%, 70, 60, 50, 40, all the way up to 0%. So you have to save every 10%. So once everything is done, you should have a total of 11 pictures in your camera roll. So after that, we're gonna open CapCut. We're gonna create a new project in CapCut. We're gonna import the 11 pictures in order, very important. And we're gonna reduce every single clip to 0.1 second, which is the minimum. So after doing this for every single clip, it should look like this. And also, I forgot to mention, you should put a green screen as the main image. So the background image should be a green screen. So once everything is lined up, you can save the video. And then we're gonna re-import the video you just exported. We're gonna click on the video, we're gonna click on speed. And then you can pretty much put the speed whenever you want. For this example, you can put at 4 if you want a faster blink. You can put at 2 if you want a slower blink. For this example, we're gonna put it around 3. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, the character open his eyes. It looks pretty good. So now if you want to do a blinking animation, you have to do this. You have to copy the clip and then you have to reverse it. This is how you would do a blinking animation, just like this. And then once everything is done, you can simply export the project, and this is what it looks like. So now we can move on to the second technique of the video. This one is on AlightMotion. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna open Ibis Paint. We're gonna start cutting out some body parts. So we're gonna pick up the eraser tool and we're gonna start erasing the eyelid right above the eye. So we're gonna start erasing the black eyelid. So it should look something like this, and we're gonna do the exact same process for the other eyelid. So once you finish everything up, you can simply save as transparent PNG. The next body part we're gonna remove is the eyeball. So we're pretty much gonna remove everything around the white part. So as of right now, this is what it looks like. And then we're gonna do the exact same process for the other eye. So once everything is done, always you can save as transparent PNG. And the last part we have to do is we have to remove the eyeball plus the eyelid. So the two parts that we just cut out, we have to remove them now. So what I did is I redrew over the eyes using a matching gray color. And then I just redrew some black lines to make it more realistic. So obviously it doesn't have to be perfect. So just try to make it blend. That's all you have to do. And I did the exact same process for the other eye. So I painted the rest in gray and then I put some black bars just to make it more realistic. And then once everything is done, this is what it looks like. And you can save as transparent PNG. This was our last part. So now let's see all of the body parts that we have. So obviously we have the face, then we got the eyelid, and then we got the eyeball. So this is all you need. Let's move to AlightMotion now. So we're gonna put everything together. We're gonna start the animations. So we're gonna create a new project in AlightMotion. Then we're gonna start importing our body parts. So we have the face, the eyelids, and the eyeball. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna click on the eyelid, and then we're gonna click on effects. We're gonna search the wave warp. So we're gonna go to the spacing, and we're gonna play around with the spacing a little bit. For this example, I put it around 20. So I just play around until you get something that kind of look like this. And then you're gonna go to the magnitude, and you're gonna spin the wheel, and this is where things get pretty good. So as you can see now, the eyelid goes down just like this. So I adjusted a few things to make it look better, and this is somewhat what it should look like. So as you can see, the eyelid is down. Next up, we're gonna start putting some keyframes. So we're gonna put one keyframe and then a second one, and then on the second keyframe you're gonna put the magnitude to 0, just like this. And now as you can see, the eyelid kind of opens on its own. So the last part you have to do, you have to put some graphs to make it more smoother. So you can simply put this graph, the fourth one. So next part, we're gonna click on the eyeball, and then we're gonna search this effect called wipe. You're gonna go to start, and you're gonna spin the wheel until you get something that looks like this. This is a mask. So we're gonna pretty much put a mask onto the eyeball, and then you can play around with the angle until you get something that looks like this. So the main goal here is to make the eyeball disappear when the eyes are closed, and then make it open again when he reopens his eyes using the mask feature. So just like last time, we're gonna start putting two keyframes. There's one, and then there's the second one. So we're gonna go to the second keyframe, and we're gonna spin the wheel to the opposite side. So it's pretty much going to cancel the mask. So it should look something like this. And after that, you can pretty much put the same graph as last time. And you can always adjust the graph. If the mask is too early or too late, you can adjust it. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. This is what the AlightMotion blinking animation looks like. So after that, obviously, I did the exact same process for the other eye. So putting the body parts, and then putting the wave warp, playing around with the spacing, adjusting the magnitude, and then putting keyframes, and then on the second keyframe putting the magnitude to 0, and finally putting some graphs in. And I did the same process for the wipe effect as well. So adjusting the start and the angle, and simply putting some keyframes and some graphs in. This definitely takes some time to get used to, but once you get the hang of it, it's definitely not that bad. So this is what it looks like right now. We can export the project, and this is the final result. I also put some extra animations on it, so this is what it looks like with the animations. And that's pretty much it for the AlightMotion technique. So if you want more tutorials, there's plenty on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe, yeah.